Welcome back to the crossover of Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. The story so far.
Well, so much for a fun evening at home. The knights came and crashed our party.
Rude.
They were shouting all about a witch. And a witch trial. Talk about coming out of left field.
Now we've got a whole different kind of bacon to deal with.
Soda.
They arrested me, Espella, and dragged her to the courthouse under suspicion of being one of those witches they mentioned.
See, Maya, if you start threatening people, burning people alive, people become suspicious.
And if she's found guilty, they'll only throw her into a pit of fire. They're joking, right?
You literally just saw someone get thrown into a pit of fire.
That was a prank.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Well then, we will now continue with the trial of Espella Cantabella.
I forgot we're about to deal with the town drunk.
Oh, boy. They all look like they're about to attack. A group of witnesses huddling up before a joint testimony in a witch trial. You can't make this stuff up.
Mondays, Phoenix?
Yeah.
Inquisitor Barnum, if I may ask you a question.
No, I cannot help you move your couch, sorry. Yes, milord?
How do you know? Anyway, we now have 5 witnesses on the stand, so I must ask... Why was this obnoxious-looking man left out of your initial group of witnesses?
Isn't that obvious?
Do I really need to answer?
Yes, I'm the judge. I asked you a question.
But it's kind of obvious.
Give the drink to the lamb, please.
All he's right, Barnum. That's just cold-blooded.
There is but one reason, milord. I did not know this witness even existed.
Eh?
You, sir, failed to come forward. When we were asking for witnesses for this very trial, you were nowhere to be seen.
Why are we just taking a testimony now then? Should it be inadmissible?
That's because I didn't hear a peep about it. I ain't usually around at night, except for maybe at Rouge's Tavern. So, you're basically telling us that you were up all night drinking.
Yeah, exactly. How is this guy's testimony going to be reliable?
Hey!
To be fair, Luis, we already started accepting Kira's testimony about the fact she's almost blind now.
Dwebs, I refer you to the meme line that Layton said earlier.
Your logic doesn't exist yet.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's all water under the bridge now. As far as I'm concerned, just leave the rest to yours truly.
Also, this guy brings literally his own theme in the court. Courtroom jester cheers.
During the last interrogation, the defender brought forth some surprising proof. Namely, that there was little possibility the accused could have used magic.
So, I will take this moment to now announce that, thankfully, starting with this point, I used MSI Afterburner instead of OS software to record my 3DS parts. So thankfully, no more of the screen flickering or blocks dithering from this end.
Cool.
But I like to... this colour randomly.
Logic, you say? Well, I ain't got a clue what that
Please don't hurt the lamb.
No kidding.
What I do know that this Brad Bacon Baker ought to head back to the bakery.
Actually, death sounds pretty nice, considering who my owner is.
Elegantly said to both
Like
the man
before,
and the
we
sheep.
just need some alcohol.
Oi, Gramps! Give me and my partners over here a chance to speak.
I am an officer of the law.
You want to know how this witch managed to be holding that scepter, don't you?
You're in a hall of justice. Oh, when you say grabs, you wouldn't mean me, would you?
I fail to see anyone else meeting such a description.
How's your eyesight there?
Have you seen yourself in the mirror lately?
Very curious.
We'll show you she's a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you crossing that poor flower?
Why are you crossing that poor
There's a white
lamb?
coat on it.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God help me.
In guard! That's all I have to say about the matter.
All right, team, let's do this,
Jesus.
witnesses!
Assemble.
Go, power
Yeah.
witnesses.
Ow!
Oh.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Phoenix Wright, Layton and Company versus SCWRM the witness team.
Sure.
Yes, well, and the judge. Let us proceed with the testimonies.
Why do I feel like I've totally lost control of this situation and my
Phoenix, that's the
life?
twist. You never had it. That's the entire point.
I had control.
Don't
Mr.
tell
Wright.
him that.
Mr. Wright, you never had control. Why do you think I showed up?
Anyway, let's begin the testimony.
It's clear as day. Espella is a witch. We are not backing down on this.
You can tell she ate a flower.
When she drove the lantern, the scepter was not yet in her hands.
Oh, so that's what we're going with now.
The scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back.
Like a backpack.
Of course.
Arriba!
The rogues grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter.
Shield is made of wooden
Mr.
Yes.
Mr.
That's
Go on.
easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick.
Also, Mr. Naddle, that's an argument from ignorance. Oh, clearly, then, if that's not the way, there must have been some other way. We just don't know. Just because you don't know, that means that there's no way. Like,
Notice who you're
She
talking
had the
to.
scepter behind her back. She then dropped the lantern and reached for the scepter after it fell.
let me guess.
What a complex way to kill people.
And it must have been possible for the accused to have used magic.
Let me guess. The argument from ignorance for ignorance fallacy doesn't exist in this world too.
Well, a lot of things don't exist in this world, apparently.
Oh, it does exist, but we usually burn people who mention that.
Ah, of course.
Thanks to this guy. Now all the witnesses seem extra determined to pin this blame on Espella.
Which makes them all very suspicious, like they're colluding together. I mean, okay, it's one thing for a jury to talk amongst
each
themselves,
harbor a-
but
They each harbor a shared anger towards witches and magic, such as the cause of their strong desire to see a guilty verdict passed as quickly as possible.
it's like
No,
all these
but
witnesses
either that-
talking amongst
Nah.
themselves, they get to feed information to
Such
each other,
confidence.
and it's
Well,
just-
I can answer both Layton and you at the same time, Shiroi. No, Layton and Shiroi, they just want to see someone burn. That's all that is.
It's undoubtedly
sure.
bound to cloud their thinking.
Sure. As long as it's for the good of the county to get a witch to burn and for people to be safe, it's all done for the greater good. They're all riled up. They don't even realize how distorted their idea of what happened tonight has become.
Also, careful, dude, you're gonna punch someone.
At least, that's how it seems. Witch trials in a nutshell.
How did they get a bigger desk?
This isn't good, Professor. The witnesses aren't thinking straight. They're completely blind to the truth. And
That's what I
Kira
just-
literally is blind without her glasses.
That's what I just said, Luke.
Actually, I think it was Phoenix that said that, actually.
Yeah, actually, that was me that said that, Professor.
Whatever, someone said it. You're just recapping. Sir Baker, Sir Wright.
Yes.
Your Honor. You do not appear to be a mere simple baker. That much is clear. On the other hand, you are no ordinary defender either. You suck.
I like to consider myself unique.
Never before has a defender managed to clash and do battle with me here on this battlefield as an equal.
How many defenders have you seen?
Probably a lot.
Remember, Dwebs, this is a witch trial, and witch trials were not really fair.
Again, refer to what Dr. Doom has to say to Phoenix in Marble Free. We don't have, lawyers in Latveria, only corpses.
This is probably
This trial has not yet been decided.
this is probably why Takumi had the idea of the witch trials for this game, because it's perfect for Phoenix 2 as a challenge, basically.
If there is any doubt in your interrogation, I would not hesitate to strike your case down where it stands.
Again, I like this about Barnum. He legit does want to actually get to the truth.
Mm-hmm. Which is not... He's probably the only one, Jovah.
Yes. Please begin your interrogation.
Here we go.
Yeah. The mystery of the witch's scepter.
Sure, those aren't buttercups that she's eating.
I think
those
it's
are
daisies. It's
Yeah,
just
they
daisies.
look like daisies.
not backing down, you say?
Uh-huh, that's right. The speller is a witch. It's our story, and we're sticking to it. Now, I'm gonna eat this flower.
You won't be able to sell those if you keep eating them. This is a courtroom, Miss Kira. We're not interested in your story. We're interested in the truth.
But this might be my last chance.
You know what I think?
No.
Status.
I think stories have the power to touch our lives in really meaningful ways.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance? Like...
No, wait. I want to see where this goes. What do you mean? I mean, granted, we did get sucked into a storybook.
Fine.
Last year, I read a book about a flower girl who brought peace to the world with all the pretty flowers she sold.
Did she happen to have a giant long katana stuck up her chest or something?
There's some...
Something involving that.
Was that the anime about flowers from Little Witchy Mischiefs?
Because of that story, now I tell myself, Kira, one day you'll fill the world with beautiful flowers of your own.
Aww.
Except not when I keep eating them.
Your Honor, I object. Your Honor, I object. What does this have to do with anything?
God, that stare is...
That story inspired me to sell more flowers. It's pretty much the same as...
Yes, it's pretty much the same as... Yes, it's pretty much the same as this trial, except not at all. Like...
Aha, there's the relevance.
Is it?
Yeah, he disagrees. What a very touching story.
Charge!
You're very...
I think he's being
Indeed,
sarcastic.
I heard nary a truer tale. Wouldn't you agree, sir?
Oh my god, even Barnum is falling for her bullshit.
Are we sure the
Maybe it's
flowers are not
just
spikes,
me,
sir?
but I'd have preferred something a little more relevant.
Thank you, Phoenix. You see, there's so many times in this eternity... okay, go on.
I'm afraid our logic may do us no good here. Let's move on to the next witness, shall we?
There's so many times in every attorney trial, every time there's a witness, there's always a moment that makes me want to go, objection, Your Honor, relevance?
But Pedro, to be fair, that would ruin half the fun of pressing these.
I know, it's just that these witnesses annoy me.
What? He's asking about the scepter again.
Ahem.
I ask you, youngling, were you paying attention to this trial?
Were you?
Fuck you.
Probably more than you.
You stuttered.
Magic made the scepter invisible, did it not?
We have yet to actually prove that, actually.
Thus, the old age counting on my vision has nothing to do with anything.
I just...
Right.
There was nothing there to see, therefore my blindness is irrelevant.
Scepter actually vanished.
No, what I'm saying is, if it really was invisible, you wouldn't be able to actually prove it.
Exactly.
Not so, young one. We can prove it. The guy is a witch. There is your proof.
Brilliant!
Ah, classic mob mentality.
Mr. Wordsmith, sir, isn't that circular reasoning?
So, my old age counting out my memories has nothing to do with anything.
Ah, I love circular reasoning. It's just literally a waste of
Magically
time.
vanished, you see.
Okay, Pedro, let's not forget what time date we are in.
I know.
Okay, we get it.
When the lantern fell, you claimed the scepter was still not in our hand yet. So that means...
Chuck the scepter at somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scepter must have been hidden.
Hold
by
it!
magic.
The witch's scepter was behind her back.
Well, it's like my little snowflake here. Whenever my darling gets too heavy, I hoist him up and carry him on my back.
How kind of you.
I guess it's better than squeezing the life out of him. Of course, then he has to cling on for dear life with hooves. Notice the problem there. You mean your baby goat, right?
Yes. There isn't a cuter little goat in this entire courtroom, right, Precious?
Probably because it's the only goat in this courtroom.
I know it's been asked already, but you didn't see the witch's scepter, did you?
It must have been made invisible by magic.
Well, shit, here we go again.
Yeah. Clearly the scepter was invisible. She's the witch after all. But why is she? Why is
He is still such a tiny little thing. If I put him on my back, you could hardly see him.
Actually, we could in that group shot.
Yeah.
And also
I
that
heard-
scepter is a lot bigger than Snowy.
I hardly see the point of that comment.
So the accused grabbed the witch's scepter after the lantern fell.
There's gotta be something, some bout I can break through.
The rogues grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter. I've already explained why that
Hold it.
argument is stupid. Moving on.
Are you alright?
No, Phoenix. He is not alright. What? Why?
Why? Well, for one thing, you're hiding behind what I assume is a shield.
Not to mention it's a wooden shield. The wooden shield, buy the Hylian shield as soon as you can, dude. The wood shield sucks ass. Well played, Blue Knight. You managed to see through my steel guard technique. Steel guard!
Yep. Steel.
Your steel what technique?
It's steel guard! It's a technique that I learned from playing the... Wait, there's no video games in this world, are there? You tried to penetrate the depths of my mind and deceived me once with your... There you go. Nigel is actually Snow's ancestor. There you go. But you will find your words are futile against the strength of my shield. Cut it from wood harder than steel. That makes no sense. And now then, have at you. Attack me if you dare.
Okay, to be fair, there are some mystical woods that are sharper than steel, but if those are a thing in Labyrinthia, we should really call in the local Final Fantasy guild.
Looking at this sketch, it's quite clear the accused could not have held the scepter in the same hand carrying the lantern.
Or the bucket.
Witness, explain to the court just how the accused held the scepter, and do not say her feet.
Honestly, Your Honor, I'm surprised I haven't tried to say that as the argument.
Well, because she wasn't from a circus. Let's not go too crazy now.
Okay.
So,
Action! I'm afraid what really happened is not quite so simple.
I'm surprised they haven't suggested a shrinking spell or something.
remember the Tanya magic can only hold 2 spells.
Okay, if I can give this game credit, one thing I really do like is how they definitely do their best to give magic its own sense of logic here. It's not just a simple bout of, oh, la-di-da-di-da, magic can do anything. There actually are some limitations to what can be wielded, and even when the witch can wield the spell. Anyway, then it should be caked with mud, just like the lantern was after it fell.
Yep. That too.
Well, I'd say that clears up your muddy testimony, wouldn't you?
Please don't start you as well.
They've been doing this for a while.
Taylor, let me remind you that.
Hey, bon up!
Taylor, let me remind you the 2 people who created this game.
What?
You're just gonna sit there looking pretty? Come on, give me a hand here.
Actually, that's a good question. Were there pawns even in the original Japanese script of the original Sceptre series?
Yes.
Flattery will get you nowhere, witness, other than perhaps the dungeon.
Both
Puns and pop culture references.
both Inu and Takumi love their puns, so the localizations are just staying faithful to their writing, really.
At any rate, there is but one question we ought to ask. Why is there no mud on that bucket? Fucking please. To the witness with the goat, May I ask you a question? I can even be bothered to remember the names.
Huh? Are you talking to us?
That would be a yes.
What other goats are there?
Indeed. You have made it to the curb when you return home with a milk bucket. Illegally, I must add.
That was illegal, you know.
Indeed.
My, such harsh words, Inquisitor.
You're a criminal.
Oh.
And stop letting the lamb
Look
lick
at-
your face.
That's the thing. The lamb is apparently trying to console her. I guess it's just like.
Took the bucket home.
Aw, Snowy really does love her.
There you go. See, it turns out Snowy does love her.
You wipe them out from the bucket. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
because she feeds me.
Ah,
Good
okay.
point.
I was trying to eat the guy's arm.
She's thinking.
I don't.
Send it again.
I wonder if she can even think. To be honest. Objection, Your Honor. I think the witness is having some kind of seizure. I don't know.
You know, now that you mention it,
You tampered with the
No.
evidence, didn't you?
No way. Don't tell me.
Oh boy.
that milk bucket. Ah, that's right. I remember now.
Sure you do.
Sure you do.
I don't know if it was what was on the bucket was mud exactly, but it certainly was dirty.
Okay,
He's
to her
lying.
credit.
Before taking it inside with me, I remember wiping it clean with an old rag.
Do you now?
Are you kidding me?
Can she go in the dungeon?
Exceptional work, Inquisitor Barnum.
Him too.
Shut up.
Right. It all makes perfect sense, see? We were right all along, weren't we, Inquisitor Barnum?
I don't think he's going to be too impressed, actually.
Hey, whatever. A witch is getting burned. I knew that sword weren't just for show, Barnum. You sliced his argument in two.
Yeah, we've been here for hours, and we
Objection!
haven't seen this child / possibly young adult get burnt yet. I want my money
Witness. Miss Mary,
What is it?
you're absolutely sure that there was mud stuck to this milk bucket.
Yes. Oh my. Well, truth be told, I don't remember whether it was mud exactly.
At least she doesn't automatically go to the mud thing.
But I do remember cleaning the bucket off when I got home.
Which unfortunately does present a chance for her to have cleaned off mud, if there was mud there.
It would seem the defense has failed to disprove the witness's claims. Of that we can be quite certain.
Oh, that'll teach ya, Bluey! You got that right. Do me a favor, will ya, Grumps? I want to change me testimony just a tiny bit.
Why?
Properly solidify our victory.
I will allow it only if the witness refrains from name calling in the future.
You got it, my lord.
I
That's
said
better.
no name calling.
Well, all this court mumbo jumbo has left me thirstier than a dog in a desert.
You literally took a swig a few seconds ago.
It's not, it's ever enough, Shiroi. Jesus Christ.
How deep is that? How deep is that thing?
That's why he's so red in the face. He can't breathe when he's doing that.
That witch there was holding the stick. I even heard her say the incantation thingy. That's right, I witnessed it all. Hold it! Huh. But no one knows for sure if Miss Cantabella dropped that milk bucket on the ground.
Because there's no mud on it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, actually. Hey, we went over this already. We know the goat lady wiped off all the mud.
The goat lady has a name!
Objection! However, Miss Mary doesn't clearly remember whether or not it was mud that was stuck on the bucket.
We really don't remember. But maybe... Snowy, could you help and please stop trying to bite the man's arm?
Oh god, I glitched it. Basically, if you time it just right, sometimes it'll leave her frozen on that weird 1,000-yard stairs face.
Yeah, we had that glimpse before, I think in the previous part on this.
It is one of many, many glitches you can actually get in this game.
What Snowy said?
Miss Mary, please give a definitive answer. And
How
don't
much
leave
more
it all to the goat.
How much more definitive can you get than bah?
You all done, Bluey. Talk all you want, cause it ain't gonna help. You see, the 5 of us, we saw what that witch went and did. We saw it clear as day.
Oh, you okay there?
Hang on. Excuse me, mister.
Why are you spinning around like that?
Like a record, baby.
It's almost like he's levitating.
He's vibing.
Everybody's ascending here.
Earth to Gramps.
Defender, when you say
No,
Gramps,
not now, Judge.
might you by any chance be referring to me?
No.
No, of course not, Your Honor. I wouldn't dream of that.
To your face.
Ahem. Mr. Wordsmith, are you listening?
No.
Clearly not. Some say it's still going. Oh, there you go. I heard you quite clearly the first time, young man.
Oh, so you just chose to ignore me. Great.
Yes.
Rude.
These ears hear on, the crackling of the fire, the whispering of the crowd, and now your voice.
It's annoying.
How wonderful. You can hear sounds. Great. If that's the case, then allow me to ask you a question. You were clearly deep in thought just now. Do you have something to say about this man's testimony?
It's horseshit.
Aside from that, and more eloquently,
Indeed so. I felt something was amiss. However, what that means I cannot say.
amiss.
Witness, could you tell us what precisely was amiss with this third-rate testimony from this third-rate witness?
What a burn, Barnham.
Challenging a bit instead of Kaiba.
Yeah, more like burn.
5 heads are better than 1. 10 eyeballs are better than 2.
Just ask a Hydra.
As I listened to this man's testimony, I could not help but become aware of something most odd.
This ought to be interesting.
Tonight, when the crime occurred, we all made haste to that terrible scene.
As illustrated in this flashback.
The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated through the air, the shadows of those present cast through the dim light.
You are aware that that dinner smell was 2 guys getting cooked alive, right?
So he's confessing that he's a cannibal? I don't know.
Or at least very
Maybe
hungry.
it just really smelled that good.
And yet, there were but 4 figures standing in the vicinity, myself included.
Oh snap.
Someone is telling the lie.
4? Hold on 1 second. You're saying that there were only 4 witnesses at the crime scene tonight? Because if so, we might be getting somewhere.
Oh, that. His eyes may be old, but they know what they saw.
Okay, I know we've spent a good portion of the court making fun of him, but now we gotta believe him. Is something the matter, Miss Mary?
No, it's just that Zoe and I are trying to remember what happened at the time.
You're all garbage witnesses.
That's what I was saying.
I remember the flames erupting into the air. That's when Snowy and I made our mad dash to save the precious milk.
And Barnum's like, Your Honor, permission to decapitate the witnesses.
No. That would be too unbecoming of us. First, we send them to the gallows.
And when those 2 rufflers were set ablaze, the flame filled the area with light. In that sudden flash of light, we could see that there were other people around besides ourselves.
Notice how Mary's the only witness clearly shown, though,
Yeah.
which does leave
Yeah,
some
we're
reason
silhouettes,
to doubt.
And that's when I saw them. The other people that scrambled to the scene along with us.
Uh-huh.
I'm quite sure of it. There were only 4 of us there at the scene of the crime.
Objection! Hold it, madam. What in blazes is going on?
It may be the Dark Ages, but we still have simple math.
We have 5 witnesses on the stand, all claiming to have witnessed tonight's events firsthand. That means we have 1 witness too many. You could say an imposter.
I wonder who's the
Among
most.
us.
I wonder who's the most likely imposter.
Oh, who's this?
Don't be stupid! Oi! You lot better stop speaking out of turn! All for one, and one for all, remember? We all promised to take this witch down together, didn't we?
You just wanted to do this for a laugh, didn't you?
It's not quite that simple. We saw what we saw.
Well, I said some about the numbers, and I counted, I say.
Oh boy.
Or have you know, my counting is flawless. When night when sleep throws me, I can count sheep from moonrise to sunrise.
Isn't the point to be asleep by sunrise?
4 witnesses, 5 witnesses. What difference does it make?
It does.
Kind of difference, madame.
Things all started getting muddled when you showed up.
You know, she is actually not wrong about that. In more ways than one. What? You're saying it's my fault?
Yes.
I was there, you fool! Didn't I just finish saying that?
My testimony is strong as steel, even if it's not completely stainless.
Thank you
Hey,
for your
he's starting
contribution,
to get-
Michael.
Starting to get some humbleness now, are we?
Order! Order! I said order!
This is the most he's probably had to say that.
What is going on here? You claim the number of witnesses does not add up.
Yup.
I have never paid witness to such an outrageous conflict.
Get used to this as long as
Oh,
we're
I-
here, Your Honor.
There is but one answer. A single possibility.
Where did you come from?
How
I'm
many
I tagged
people?
it.
How do you keep getting on the other side of me? But whatever, tag in.
He teleports.
What do you mean? You see, my top hat lets me teleport.
Yes.
Oh, it's a magic cylinder.
Without a doubt, magic must have been used at the scene of the crime.
I think you mean magical hats too.
Oh, sorry, my country's calling that.
Furthermore, it would indeed appear that there were only 4 witnesses present at the scene.
Oh, no. I mean, over here it's also called magic. Actually, no, it's
I'll
musical
search you in the
chairs over
meantime,
here.
don't worry.
And yet, currently, we are faced with 5 witnesses testifying to the court. That certainly is quite a fatal contradiction, with only one possible answer. Would you not agree, Mr. Wright?
Clearly, one of these witnesses was never here. We've all just been imagining them.
He teleported right back mid-conversation.
Yeah,
I love this.
it's happening.
The answer. It can't be. Okay, tag in. I will admit, I do dig the tag teaming of Phoenix and Layton in this case.
Well, on with the supposed answer, Sir Knight.
I can't tell if he's just incredibly flustered or legit excited to see where things go from
Also,
here.
probably frustrated meeting all this long. What is your explanation for the current number of witnesses?
Huh.
One of them is
We
a
have to
witch.
spell on
them. Sure, why not?
While it might seem far-fetched, even for this reality, the reality is rather simple. The real witch and the real murderer in this case is actually one of these 5 witnesses.
What?
What?
All right, Perry Mason method, don't fail me now.
You're telling us that the witch is amongst this group of witnesses?
Yep. Oh, now I'm in familiar territory.
What other rubbish? There is no possible way that such a claim could be true.
Oh, challenge accepted. That's right! You got a lot of nerve accusing one of us of being a witch.
We have told you nothing but the truth. Did you still have the gall to mutter out such an outrageous accusation?
The lamb
Geez,
is the witch.
suddenly doesn't feel good when you're the ones accused of being a witch,
Yes.
now does it?
Turns out the lamb did it. Behold, behold, it's my trusty shield that fights your petty words like the petty words that they are. Don't you see, guys? Like her Snowy being a poor, abused Snowy is the perfect cover. You see?
Honestly,
It's the perfect cover.
you know, given what
Yes,
was originally
Lord.
supposed to happen in the game, that actually would be an interesting story for one of the witches.
I would like to see a sketch of the crime scene at the time of the incident. Do you have one in your possession?
Yes, certainly, my lord. I have one here. I requested it from the court illustrator, just in case. These commissions, they're not cheap, though.
Planning ahead, I see.
This cost me 150 money. Very well. Witnesses!
Oh, I didn't know we were running off of Kingdom Hearts currency, but okay.
Those are monies, Jovah.
I don't know what the currency is here.
Picarets, again, we seem to be running with the same puzzles, so I guess it's that.
I would like each of you to mark your locations at the time of the murder.
Indeed.
And tell the truth. Here on this crime scene sketch. Quickly now!
Alright. The number of witnesses doesn't add up. It looks like we're getting somewhere now. We haven't even scratched the surface of this case yet. And yet, we wouldn't have figured this out if this old drunkard hadn't shown up. Oh well.
Oh, hi,
It's
Maya.
all thanks to this top hat wearing gentleman. Oh my god, yes, now everyone who's supposed to be to my left is on my left.
Also, Layton heard that.
Well, everybody hears his thoughts, sure, so...
The court accepts this crime scene sketch into evidence.
It's like if there's no filter, you know, it just passes through.
One of the witnesses is the witch.
Which this?
That could only mean one thing. Somebody here isn't telling the truth.
That would indeed appear to be the case, Mr. Wright.
We're just that much in sync, I see.
Listen well, Sir Blue Knight.
Phoenix gets no privacy.
Nope.
Pretty much.
At
I-
least
The
I'm
path
safe
you tread
inside
now
my
Is it-
mind.
is a
Sure.
dangerous one.
Sure, why do you think he's alone? How do you even propose to a woman in this condition? Like she would know you love her before she
Ew.
even tell her. So
Claiming that a
That's
witcher is among these most honorable witnesses.
Although I'm sure Iris wouldn't say no to
Oh
it.
no, definitely. It's just
a bit of a joy.
Is
It's
a
just-
serious accusation. Should it prove to be a false one?
Uh-oh.
Everyone dies.
I'll behead you.
You will find yourself at the other end of my sword. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah,
Dude, but-
basically what you just said, Bruce.
To Barnum's credit, I do get where he's coming from. Like, again, Barnum, for all his bluster, is definitely about getting the truth.
Again,
That
if-
said,
if we-
though,
Pass the book on to Layton, why don't you?
I mean, the gentleman here with the lovely top hat was the one who suggested it.
I
It is
didn't
the
suggest-
same thing, Sir Blue Knight.
yeah, he's your
It is the same thing, Sir Baker.
he's part of your defense team. Therefore,
It is
you
the
should
same-
answer for your team.
It is the same thing.
And true.
Well, you're the one that tried to push it on me, you prick.
Now,
At-
ready your sword.
At
Do
2,
know that
Layton.
if I fail this, we're all going to die now.
Big
Ready?
deal, I've been dead
Were you
before.
listening?
Yeah, I've defied. Yeah, I've defied death before. You can do it too, Mr. Wright.
You claim the witch is not the accused and that someone else at the crime scene was the true culprit.
Oh boy.
If what you say is true, then surely you can tell the court exactly where this person was at the time of the crime. Can you not? Come now, Sir Blue Knight. Only you can enlighten us as to who this real witch actually is.
Sir Doughy Defender.
Hey, I thought it was Sir Baker or Sir Blue Knight.
Show us where the witch was at the exact moment the murder took place.
This is kind of like why I prefer to kept the L bar, because again, it was used to represent the gravity of, the stakes. Based on things you get a one-hit kill or something, but in this case, no.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It seems like Takumi prefers this method because this method returns in Greatest Attorney as well.
Objection! What is the meaning of this? Unfortunately for you, that spot has absolutely nothing to do with any of his witnesses.
Objection! Inquisitor Barnum, I suggest you try taking a look at this.
Have a look.
It's my line.
War.
Ahem. According to this tome, Ignace summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. In other words, the witch had to have been within 1 meter of the flame when casting the spell.
Objection! Of course. You needn't say any more, Sir Blue Knight.
Oh, really?
First off, notice that there is no one else in the area other than the accused.
Talk to the hand.
Uh-huh.
Exactly, Barnum. Very good.
But are you sure?
It should also be quite obvious from the sketch that there is clearly nowhere for anyone to hide.
Are you sure about that?
Are you-
Like all the trees.
Objection! True, there aren't any hiding spots. However,
Are you sure? Whatever.
There are drying spots.
there is one other possibility if the witch wanted to stay hidden from sight. Technically, it wasn't a hiding spot, but a hiding method.
Most intriguing.
I like to think he knows the answer to this one. but he
Since you
wants
seem
pass
to
it.
love showing evidence, prove it. How was the witch able to hide in plain sight?
Hold on.
The glasses. The badge. Oh wait, it's not here.
The
No
book.
badge, unfortunately.
Take that! This Talea Magica contains 2 magic gems, Ignaze, and 1 other spell. That's right, the spell Demir.
Mm-hmm.
You can show from this white Chaos Emerald.
Phoenix is doing great at saying all of this with a straight face.
The mirror.
Gotta adapt.
It cannot be.
Oh, it very much be. That's right. I'm about to summon the legendary evidence. There was most certainly a witch present at the crime scene, only they were completely invisible. Ha! All thanks to the magic spell Demir!
I summoned the evidence in defense
What
attack mode.
foolishness is this?
Pardon. Order in the court. Defender, what are you getting at?
You just heard.
I thought the witch used Demir to make the Talia Magica disappear.
Oh, quite the opposite, Your Honor. Objection! According to the Grand Grimoire, under the entry for Demir, it causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. In other words,
Yeah, so that you don't see the clothes and shit like that.
supposing the witch were holding the staff in one hand while touching part of their body with the other.
Which part?
Yes.
Let's just say their body was ready. They would be able to make themselves disappear.
It's like the 2005 Fantastic Four where Jessica Alba is too scraped.
She touched the scepter.
You?
Oh, yes, I am. She touched herself.
Are you implying that is the reason for the conflicting number of witnesses?
Yep. Back in.
Back.
Oof. Indeed it is. Which means, witnesses, someone amongst you is not disclosing the entire truth. And that person is the witch we seek.
We really do have an imposter among us.
Yes.
I believe this is the most probable scenario.
She is to that. Is that what that was, Layton?
Honorable witnesses, you will testify to the court one final time. While
For
I,
real this
Hopefully
time.
things won't get any
For
crazier
realsies.
from here.
Also,
while
Judge.
I drink.
God.
Yes, Major?
Also, Judge, you were starting to put demonic there for a second.
Sorry, I was drinking something. Tell us exactly what you saw and what you did not see at the scene of the crime.
Oh, so now
Talking to the town drunk.
Oh, certainly absurd. The purpose of his tries to commit that kind of a crime, is it not?
No!
Well, now you're under the microscope of suspicion.
That's right! We are not witches!
Again, the lamp could still be.
yeah.
Witnesses, I ask that you listen.
Hang on, why do I have to die?
Sorry, Snowy.
There is a witch mingling among you.
I wonder which one it is.
That's right. I'm afraid you are all no longer brothers in arms.
Is
Quantum.
lamp
Are
not
you
gonna do
seriously
anything for the rest
suggesting-
of the trial?
The true opponent here is within your own group.
The real witch is one of these 5 witnesses, huh? Fine by me. Time to put an end to this trial.
I'm surprised the lights didn't go out during this bit.
I guess there's too much flame. I don't
Yeah,
know.
true.
I guess. Well, we'll get down to business in the next part,
To
ladies
defeat
and
the witch.
gentlemen.
Plus, there's no electricity for Phoenix to affect.
Yeah, it only
Yeah,
works.
it only works on electricity. It doesn't work on fire.
Yeah.
See you next part.
So yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.